Hello everyone and welcome to Ark Survival Evolved. I'm Catharsis and we're playing here on the Xbox One. Ark Survival just came out on December 16th for the Xbox. Now, as I understand it, the computer version of the game came out in June of this year, 2015, but the full version of the game isn't entirely out yet. So we're playing in what's actually considered an alpha for this release, or for this game. So now the size of the release and the number of people that are playing it would make me think it's closer to like an open beta, because it's really big and there's an awful lot that's been done in the game already. But it's technically in an alpha and it's in pre-release thing. It doesn't fully come out until June 2016. So if you have a chance to jump in on the Xbox One and play it, I would recommend trying it out, because it's so far it looks pretty cool. Some friends of mine started playing it. They really thought I should check it out. So I'm back doing another video. I haven't done one on this channel in quite some time, but this seemed like the perfect game to get back into the swing of doing them again. So here we are on the character creation screen. You can do all kinds of wacky stuff with your character creation. You know, if you want to make your neck gigantic and your guy, let's give him really huge hips, and we'll give him a huge fat torso. Have a good torso depth there too. So you can make Gigantor. Oh, he's a little deformed. That's like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Got an Adam's apple almost out farther than his chin. I don't want to do that though for my actual character. Funny to play around in the character creation or whatever, but I'm just gonna go with more of like a standard look. I don't need anything fancy here. You know, slightly shorter. From what I understand, if you have a really tall character, you can kind of get stuck in the doorways and stuff, and I don't really want to have to deal with that. Tune all this down a little bit more. Alright, so we got basically just your average character guy. Now I have some friends that are already playing the game. They're the ones that encouraged me to play it, so we'll get some of them in, and we'll play with them also and have a little bit of fun. Multiplayer is really where this game shines, but for the first video here, we'll just kick off and start off as a brand new character by ourselves, and go through the initial starting setup. So I'm going to start in West... was it West? East Zone... Yeah, we'll go with West Zone 2, I think is where they're hanging out, so we'll start out down there. And we'll jump in and play the game. Alright, here we are on some deserted, crazy, I'd call it a desert island, but it's not exactly a desert island, more like a jungle island, I guess. On some deserted island. I'm not entirely sure what the full premise is behind the game. As near as I can gather, though, just from looking at the game elements, it seems as though we've been dumped here on this island by some alien race. Almost like they're doing an experiment. They've got this, if you look in your inventory, you've got this thing that's called like a specimen implant. Survival quotient to be determined. So it's almost like there's some alien species monitoring us and deciding, are we gonna live? Are we gonna die? What happens with people? You start off in the game with nothing. This is like, it really is like a survival game. You have nothing. You have to feed yourself. You have to make sure you drink water. You have to watch out for the elements. You can get too hot, too cold, both of which can affect you. So the first thing we're going to do when we jump in the game here is we need to make a tool. So I'm going to pick up a rock or two here that we can use to make a pickaxe. And then the pickaxe will help us gather some more materials. We're also going to need to eat. I'm starting off with full water and full food at least, but when those run out, I need to have something else to replenish it with. So you can actually run around, and I'm playing on the Xbox One, so you can just hit the Y button when you run up to plants, and you'll harvest different types of berries. If there's a stone nearby, you might grab that also. But you get different berries. You get fiber, which is really important for building things, so we're going to get some of that. But most importantly, right now, I want to make sure I have a stock of food, because starving really stinks, and I don't want that to happen. So if you look on the lower right of the screen there, you can see there's a number of different indicators. The bottom one is the amount of health I have, so as you take damage, that goes down. The second one is the amount of energy. So while I'm walking, I don't really use energy, but you can see when I run, it flashes and it will go down. The one above that is how much food I have already eaten, so how much I have like stored in my body. The amount of water you have just above that is something that looks almost like like an old-fashioned weight, or like a briefcase or suitcase or something. I don't know. I imagine it's supposed to be a weight. But that shows how much weight you're carrying and how much you still have room left to carry. So as you can see, it's just moved up, and there's it's filling in at the bottom. When it gets filled all the way to the top, then you're encumbered and you can't run anymore. And if you carry too much, you actually get to the point where you can't move around at all. Above that, I'm not sure, is some sort of a status symbol there. You can see the handprint, so anytime you get near something that you can collect, the handprint comes up, which is cool. But it's interesting for this game that is supposed to be in an alpha. There's so much that the game already has in it. We're not alone on this island. I really hate to share that, but we're not alone. I mean, we have these giant monolith things that they don't really do anything in and of themselves. But you can summon like some big boss monster things at the bottom of them. But there is dinosaurs all over the place on this island. Some of them are friendlier. There's dodos. There are stegosaurs. There's parasaurs. There's a ton of them anyway. So there's a whole bunch of plant-eating dinosaurs which aren't so dangerous. But then there's also carnivores like T-Rexes and Dilophosaurus and all kinds of things that you have to watch out for. So survival really is the key here. We're starting out with nothing. We have just really primitive things we can make. So I can make a pickaxe, but I'm going to need some additional materials. So I'm going to need wood. And it's funny, when people were describing the game to me, they were kind of saying this is sort of like Minecraft in that you have to gather all the materials that you need to build things. But and I think maybe they jumped there immediately just because I'm punching a tree in order to get the wood down, and who punches trees down? It's really dark. This is brutal. I wish I had a torch or something. I'll have to get one. So I'm gonna punch the trees and try and get. I need wood. I need thatch. Both of which you get from trees. I've already picked up a stone off the beach, which I can use to make this pickaxe. As you can see, as I punch the tree, I'm getting damaged. So I don't want to do this for too long. Hopefully, I can make something quickly. That doesn't. I don't know if they changed like the different server settings for different servers, but there are something like 350 or 400 servers or something that you can play on. There we go. Got enough for pickaxe. What's that noise? There's somebody else. Oh, there's another player there. Each server can have a total of like 70 players logged in at any one time. So you will run into other players, and actually the multiplayer is where this game really shines. As a single lone player, collecting stuff can be a real grind. You have to run around and harvest from rocks and from trees and a variety of other things to try and get all the resources you need to build structures and gather food. And this is really dark. Oh, what is that? Is that aggressive? Can't tell. Overruptor or whatever. He's not attacking me, so I'm gonna. Hopefully, it's not. And as you can see, I just defecated. This is the only game I've ever seen where your character just randomly poops. And it serves a purpose because you can later on you can grow plants and stuff, and then you can use your poop and animal poop for fertilizer. But there's dinosaurs all over this island, and one of the neat things about it is that not only can you fight and kill the dinosaurs, but you can also tame them and then use them to help you out. They can use them to carry stuff or ride around on them, attack other things. There are servers where they're PvP based, and you can fight against the other players, and you build up into tribes that you can then use your tribe to attack other tribes and stuff. Like the multiplayer is really where the game shines, and you kind of need them anyway because it takes so long to gather all this stuff. So at least if there's a couple of you working together. What happened? I'm tired. Okay. At least if there's a couple of you working together, then it's a lot quicker to build structures and get ahead in the game. So I have a couple of friends that are okay. So in the lower left there, I'm both cold and hungry. So I'm gonna need to eat some berries. Good thing I grabbed a whole bunch of those right at the beginning. I recommend you if you play the game, I recommend grabbing food and stuff so you have it available right away. You're going to see also these narco berries. Don't eat them. If you eat the narco berries, then it could end up knocking you out, and then then you're in trouble. The narco berries are used for other things like taming animals. You can make like tranquilizer darts and stuff with them later. So when you're in your inventory, you can see your different level settings. I actually leveled up now, so I'm going to spend some points. I'm going to put my first point into movement. I want to be able to run around quicker, and probably more importantly, I want to be able to run away quicker. Once you level up, you earn these engram points. You can spend the engram points to get different skills, to make different items. You can't make other items until you get to certain levels. Like these ones down here are level 5. But some of these early ones, they just have an engram point cost, and then once you spend it, then you can basically make them. So I have a total of 5 points available. I've just bought the campfire. So the campfire provides both heat and cook food for you. I can make a hatchet. I can make a spear. But what I think I'm going to do is spend my next points on a hatchet so I can use it to gather wood from trees rather than punching them or using the pickaxe. And do I have enough materials to make a hatchet? No, I don't. But I can make a torch. So let's make a torch. Shed a little light on the surroundings because it's looking really dark. I don't know how this is going to look on the video because it's so dark, but... once you have items made, you can then put them on your quick bar, so they're really, really easy to access. I'm going to put this over here, quick item slot. Now, using the item bar is actually a little bit tricky. So it starts off with everything defaulted. So you can see it kind of shaded on the left there at the bottom. There's the 4 squares that are shaded a little lighter, and you can just use the directional pad to push on those. But you can also hold in the left button on the front of the Xbox controller, and then you get access to those other buttons. So now if I hold in the left button and hit X, I can access the torch that I have there, which sheds a little light on the surroundings. It does give you a little bit of night blindness too, because you can see the immediate surrounding area, but as it gets farther out, it almost seems darker. But learning how to use those quick bars will make the game a whole lot easier if you're starting to play this just now. All right, I have a torch. Now, one of the cool things with the torch that you can do that I didn't learn when I was first poking around with the game is that you can throw it on the ground. So if you're holding it and then you use the left trigger button, you'll throw the torch on the ground so you can keep it lit while you switch to a different tool. And then I'm going to switch to my pickaxe and use that to harvest from the tree. And I can still see because I have my torch there. I'll gather from this tree too before I pick it back up again. Using your pickaxe on trees gets more thatch than wood. The axe gets more wood than thatch. If you use the pickaxe after you kill an animal, you can collect the meat from it. And you'll get, with the pickaxe, you get more meat than hide. And if you use the axe, you get more hide than meat. Kind of works that way for everything. The pickaxe is better for gathering some tools or some items, and the hatchet's better for getting others. Let's see what we can make here now. So I do have access to the hatchet. Let's make that. I want to get a spear eventually too. I don't like being unarmed. There are some animals in here that are really aggressive. Fortunately, most of the starting areas that you start in, the greater majority of the animals, not only are they lower level, but they also tend not to be as aggressive. I'm not even positive where I am. So there's these giant monolith things here. See, like there's the green one over there. You can see a blue one in the distance. They're good for kind of marking geography a little bit. You can kind of tell where you are. But my friends they started off near one that's a giant red monolith. And we might have to go on a bit of a trek to try to find that area. Because I don't see it here. Check out the map and see where I am. See, there's an awful lot of the map that's already highlighted because I've been playing a little bit already with a different character. So I'm going to switch back afterwards and we'll play. And I'm going to get all my friends and whatnot on as well. Just so we can get a little more group play. Oh, geez, I'm super cold. So the torch, not only does it give you light, but it also helps you stay a little bit more warm. Oh, what is this? Oh, somebody put a storage box down right here. Tribe of somebody. Personal owner of somebody. Clever. Okay. Let's get some more materials here. And we'll get leveled up. So you gain experience in the game just by running around and like smashing stuff down, killing animals. As you craft things, you'll gain levels also. One of the fastest ways to level at the lower level is to just craft a whole bunch of torches. They take relatively few materials. So if you look at the torch, when you move over it says it takes 1 wood, 1 flint, 1 stone. So I could actually make 11 torches right now to gain a whole bunch of experience. And maybe that's what I'll do. So if you pick the torch and you can go down quickly, you can go craft all. And we'll craft all 11. And for each of these torches that I create, I'm going to end up getting experience. And those experience points will help bump my character along. You can see that kind of jumped up a fair little bar there. It's kind of a waste of materials because I don't need this many torches, but it will level me up faster, which gets me engram points that I can spend to learn more skills, to build more things. And it can be one of the faster ways to level up at the lower levels. Funny enough, one of the fastest ways I found to level was by killing bosses that are way outside of the ability of what I should be able to kill. And I'll show you how to do that in a later video because we do need some additional things in order to do that. It tends to work best when you're after level 15 and you get access to the bow. But I'll show you how we tackle some monsters that are significantly tougher than than we should be able to handle. And those will help propel your character forward, and you can leap ahead in it by levels. I've already surpassed most of my friends, even though I started playing after them, just because I got lucky, and we killed something really big that we should have had no business even fighting, never mind beating, and I ended up getting a whole pile of levels off of that. So I'll show you how we can do that. Also, it's not too difficult, but you do need a little bit of extra materials and a little prep work, and we're still really early in the game, so we have lots of room for that. And this rock I can't harvest. Oh, I fell off a little cliff too. Am I stuck? I'm stuck. I can't move. No! So while although the game is... Oh, hold on. Oh, I can smash this rock. There we go. The game is pretty good. It is still also really buggy. It's definitely still in a testing phase. They say it's an alpha. It's closer to a beta, but there's still lots of bugs. For instance, I was just stuck there. If I don't smash my way through this rock, I can't move. Hey, we're free. Okay. If you do play the game, you do have to watch out for different statuses as well, like heat, cold, that sort of thing. I'm freezing currently, so I'm going to put my torch out just because it does offer a small amount of warmth, but it's also pouring rain, and that's bad news bears for me. Without a shelter and without clothes, I'm going to freeze pretty quickly. Maybe I could just light a whole ring of torches and throw them all on the ground. I wonder if that'll work. Alright, so we'll go over by this rock, and I'm going to go torch. And then go like this. Light another one. Torch. Like this. I don't know if this works or not. I haven't tried it before. Oh, I'm starving. I gotta get more food. And I'm getting no warmth off of having all these torches on the ground. Alright, that was counterproductive. Alright, let's go find some food quickly before I starve. There's a good patch of berries right here. We're going to run over and grab some of those. I need to get some shelter. I need to get some clothes, because you can die from freezing to death. You can die from starving to death. Pretty much, there's just so many different ways to die in this game. Come on. Berries. Okay. So, you get experience by collecting berries anyway, so not only am I getting food, but I'm also getting stuff towards another level, which is good. Get some ajo berries. Alright, I need to make clothes, but I don't have the ability to make them yet. I could make a campfire, I guess. Let's go right in the little crook of this stone here. I'm going to make a campfire. And maybe we can use that to stay warm a little bit. I used up all my wood, so... Oh no, I got some there. Good. Campfire! I like running around naked when you're trying to survive. Alright, let's get a campfire out. Alright, we have a campfire. Go into the inventory, throw some wood in. Oh, shoot, split it in half. I didn't want to do that. Alright. Let there be fire. Warmth. So I'm still cold, but at least I'm not super duper freezing. Without a roof over my head, every time it rains, I'm gonna freeze. This is no good. So I need to get enough levels I can make clothes that'll help keep me warm, and then also open up access to some of the building structures so I can make some sort of a shelter here. Then we can kill some animals, get some meat. So the berries, they give you food and stuff, but you have to eat a lot of them. Now, see, I'm already starving again. If your food runs out or your water runs out, you start to take damage, and oh, good, I gained a level. You start to take damage, and you lose health. And then when you do finally find some food and eat it, your character will burn through it really fast to do like quick healing kind of thing. Let's put some more into movement speeds. I want to be able to run away fast if something chases me. And then I'm going to work on getting some clothes so I can try and get a little bit of warmth. I have 4 points left to spend. Let's put it on... I'm going to do a spear so I have something to protect myself with. Alright, I need food. Okay, well, I'm going to go out and gather some food and get some more materials and stuff. As I level up here, I'm going to start getting access to buildings, so I'm sure I'll get some levels while I'm gathering resources. I'll check in with all of you next time in the next video, and we'll start to build a shelter, and so we can kind of get a little bit of protection for the elements, which should be your next priority after you get after you get yourself fed and you get some tools to start gathering things. With that shelter, you'll get protection from the rain. When you're inside the shelter, you get some added protection against hypothermia, which is kind of a big thing also. So thanks for checking out the video. If you do check out Ark Survival Evolved, I'm sure you'll have a blast. It's been a really fun game so far, and there's lots of stuff you can do with it. I'm going to do a number of different tutorial videos for some of the different things you can do in the game. So come back and check some of those out. Otherwise, I'll see all of you in the next video. I'm again Catharsis, and I will see all of you next time.